Joe, I was asking Shayne about this, about the offense being spread around tonight. 7 different goal scorers, and all season long it seems like the offense being spread out has been one of the keys to success. How are you seeing that play out, not only tonight but all season?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of depth on this team. Obviously, our power play's been really good, which is huge for us and capitalizing on that. But I think we're just finding ways to, get pucks to the net, getting guys to the net, and obviously, making some, really high-end plays with, some skill players that we have on this team. So I think just, our depth has been really good, but I think just getting pucks to the net, getting bodies there, and just playing it simple.
It wasn't just that you scored a lot of goals tonight. A couple of them were really time of the year goal when they could have had some momentum when it was 2-1, and then the shorthanded goal when it looked like they had a chance to make it 4-3.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think obviously they've come at crucial times in the game, which is really nice. But I think just obviously playing really good hockey too. I think for the most part, we've been playing really good. We've been pretty consistent in our game. So even when they have these little sparks in the offensive zone and they're humming around, I think we do a good job at staying composed. Playing really well structurally defensively, and we know we're a skilled team. We know we can score goals. So we just got to stay patient with that, which we have been.
Shayne, when you think everything clicked in here? What do you think everything clicked in here? At what point and what happened, you think?
I don't know. I think just us, keeping it simple. Touch what Joe said. I think we keep it simple to start, and then let the skill take over. I think we're starting to figure out our game, our identity as a team. We know what works, what doesn't, what nights we have it, what nights we don't. We got to find a way to get 2 points or, make something happen. So, I think it's the maturity of our team, figuring out, our identity of our team, and, going forward, it's going to be important for this next couple months.
When you signed here, what did you envision the impact that you could have?
A big part was, special teams. I think, not just myself, but, as a group, we probably have about 15 guys who could be on the power play. But, it's a compliment to the skill in our team and, what we could do. And, I think just any way anyone could help the team. If it's blocking a shot, you saw it tonight, guys blocking shots when it's 8-3. And, it just leads to our, our identity, like I was saying, and, the maturity of our team.
Joe, you guys have used the same lineup for the last few games here, but when you guys were shuffling around, how big has the chemistry been in terms of helping everyone feel comfortable and confident with each other?
Yeah, I think I think everyone's kind of familiar with one another. I think at this point in time, we've mostly played with pretty much everyone at this point, whether it was through injuries and guys stepping up in the lineup or guys coming in and out. So I think it's a good thing to have that chemistry with whoever it may be. You never know, maybe something can happen. I think to have that chemistry with other guys and still being able to make things click, I think it's a huge positive for us.
Shayne, on your second goal, you made a great play to kind of start the whole rush on blocking up what could have been a breakaway for the Caps player coming out of the box. I'm just wondering from your perspective how that whole thing played out, how you were able to get the puck back and ultimately finish.
It's kind of a no-shit moment because it was my fault that they had that chance. So, I just did whatever I could to get back, and, thankfully he didn't, make the best play, pass-wise. Thankfully I got a stick on it because, it was ultimately my fault that they got that opportunity. So, just like anyone would, just trying to make a play out there.
Shayne, were you thinking about the hat trick, and have you had one in pro hockey?
No, never had one. Had one in high school, but, if it happens, it happens. I wasn't thinking too much. Obviously we're up big, and, like I said, just the maturity of our team, play the right way for the full 60 and, just on to the next game.
How easy is it, Joe, when you said, I've almost played with everybody now, that you almost seem to be a team of interchangeable parts, no matter what combination is out there? Does that just make the game not easy, but maybe more of a comfort level than less pressure?
I think so. I mean, obviously it helps with, being more familiar with one another. I think that plays a huge part, but, it's definitely positive to have other guys, stepping up too and filling in some roles when, things are not going so well on the ice. But it just shows, the depth that we have. I think, it's nice because everyone's capable, with playing with everyone. We got a lot of skill on this team. We got a lot of guys that complement one another. So, everyone can play with everyone. And, we roll 4 lines pretty well, and we definitely capitalize on every shift that we get pretty much.
Shayne, you're one away from the double-digit club. Are you feeling left out here at all?
I guess so. Like Joey said, he's touched on it a few times, just the depth of our team. Obviously we got our big shooters out there who are putting up numbers, but, any way someone can contribute and, especially on a winning team, it feels special. So, I think we have something special in our room, and, it's up to us to do something with it.
Going back to when you signed here, was that depth something you noticed, and was that part of what attracted you here?
For sure, especially on the back end. We have 7 NHL D-men, for sure. I mean, they've said it from day one. It's going to be tough to, who's out of the lineup, who's not. And, just in general, just having, that luxury of that, to have that depth, it's a good problem to have. And, obviously just finding chemistry with certain guys, too, helps. And, it's good.
Joe, this is obviously a team that is chasing you guys in the standings. Thursday will be the same way. What's the mentality going into those games like, and what's kind of the energy around that, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple weeks now, but I think we've had the same mentality of, taking advantage of these types of games, and we're going to find ourselves in positions throughout the stretch here where, we're going to be playing teams that are chasing us and that are going to be right behind us or ahead of us. So all these games matters. All these games matter, and against teams especially that are right behind us, they kind of gives us an extra chip on our shoulders when we're coming in play. Not saying that we don't have that every night, but you can see the last few games. We've had some pretty good starts as of late, and I think every game's important down the stretch here.
It's the first time you've been in this spot, like in the NHL. I mean, is there anything on this side of it at least? Like, is there anything different about it that you really notice?
I know it definitely feels a lot better when you're in those positions. I love playing hockey, obviously, and love being a part of winning teams, and I always have been for the most part of my childhood. So for me, I love playing in these kind of games. I love playing in big moments, and just a whole lot of fun. I think anyone can tell you that on our team. When we're in this position and we're hot, we're climbing, and I think it's it's really fun to be a part of.
A little extra urgency to them, but that team that's chasing, they're literally playing for their season, and you saw that in New York last night, winning in Dallas, something not many people can do. So we'll have their best again on Thursday. But again, about us, our approach, take care of our game.
Speaking of depth, do you have a list of Lions play to?
The Lions,
at
I'm
home
telling
games?
you, we might be, they gave us the 3 during their playoff run. The offensive coordinator, OC, got us one the other day. Hutch had his A game today. He had a little energy going. You're talking 10 points there, and if we can hold out on the Goff signing, we get some more Goff chants going, we might parlay this into getting above that line.
Have you reached out to Dan Campbell to potentially?
I got the bat single out. I want to, I know he's in the combine right now, but obviously I would love him to come and dress the boys. I know how intense and how busy they are right now. I mean, they're 16, 18-hour days, but yeah, I got the bat signal out. Hopefully we can get him in to speak to the boys.
Some of the Toledo fans on social media are like, is this revenge on Spencer Carberry a little bit on 2015?
No, it is not. Spencer.
That one hurt a lot?
That one hurt a lot. For most of you who don't follow the ECHL, Spencer and I were in a 7-game Eastern Conference final back in the ECHL. It was just, to this day, and I'm sitting here with 2 Stanley Cup rings, one of the most memorable series I've ever been in. We were down 3-0, came back 3-3. No, I don't hold that against Spencer. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. It's just pretty cool. Not many people go through that path. We're 2 of them. We both played Division III ice hockey. We both were head coaches on every level on the way up. And now we're both here in the National Hockey League. I think that's pretty darn cool.
So they won the first 3. You guys
We were down 3-0. We came back, got it to 3-3, and Game 7 went to triple overtime. And our town, I mean, just that one year at Toledo, our first round series, we had 2,500 people in game one. And by the time we got to that Eastern Conference final, we were sold out. We had another probably 1,500 people on a Jumbotron outside. So it's something I'll never forget, just kind of the energy of the city. So I'm glad a couple of those guys remembered. A little revenge night for them.
You've been harping on the guys to not give up goals and chances out of the box. You almost gave up another one tonight, but obviously Shayne makes a great play and turns it into a goal. Just what did you like most about that play?
Yeah, there's some awareness. We addressed it, having back-to-back games. I like the fact that Larks had a play on the blue line. He could have forced a little offense. He read the play, had his head up, and actually held the puck. So, of course, it's just kind of managing the game. I think we've done that, obviously, in that situation, but on a whole, we've done a good job of managing our game much better.
Some of your young guys who haven't been in these kind of games at this point, how encouraging is it to see Raymond, Veleno, Rasmussen,
Great.
Sider?
Yeah, I think the depth helps them. We don't need to lean on them in every situation, and we can manage minutes, we can manage situations, we can manage roles for them. But yeah, this is extremely valuable.